A foster mother welcomes a baby girl into her home and is struck by how much she resembles the little boy she recently adopted. What she does next is both astonishing and unexpected. When Katie Page from Castle Rock, Colorado, first laid eyes on her new foster daughter, Hannah, she felt an uncanny sense of familiarity. There was something about Hannah that Katie couldn't quite place, no matter how much she thought about it. Yet, despite the lingering mystery, Katie remained focused on the most important task at hand: caring for the new baby in her life, providing her with all the love and support she could, even if only temporarily. Katie had always dreamed of becoming a mother, but life had dealt her the challenge of being unable to conceive. Despite this disappointment, she was certain that she could be an exceptional parent, and she longed to give a child the kind of wonderful upbringing she had enjoyed. With unwavering determination to build the family she yearned for, Katie began to explore the possibility of adoption, a path she eagerly embraced. After a lengthy and emotional journey, her prayers were answered when she stumbled upon the opportunity to adopt a little boy named Grayson. From the moment she laid eyes on him, Katie instantly knew that he was the missing piece of her life. Grayson's biological mother had been engulfed in the dark world of drug addiction, resulting in her abandoning him at the hospital. Overwhelmed with compassion, Katie could not bear the thought of Grayson growing up without love, stability, and a sense of belonging. She saw this unfortunate turn of events as a sign from above, a calling that she was meant to change the trajectory of Grayson's life. Determined to give the abandoned boy a second chance, she eagerly embarked on the adoption process and faced many bureaucratic trials and tribulations that came with her decision. She was a single woman, after all, and the social workers wanted to be absolutely sure of her unwavering commitment to the adoption. But she was determined and managed to convince them all that her house and her heart were ready to welcome the toddler. As soon as she was allowed to take him home, Katie poured her heart and soul into caring for her newly adopted son, Grayson, and showering him with all the love and affection he deserved. He truly became the apple of her eye, and the bond between them grew stronger with each passing day. The little family of two was as strong as if they were naturally mother and son. However, fate had another surprise in store for Katie. Just a month after Grayson's adoption, Katie received an unexpected phone call. A newborn baby girl named Hannah was in need of a home, and the caseworkers believed that Katie would be the perfect fit. But there was a catch. Hannah would only be placed in her care temporarily while she waited for someone else to come forward and adopt her. Though she had not initially planned on fostering another child, Katie couldn't ignore the pull in her heart when she saw a photo of Hannah. She knew she couldn't refuse the opportunity to give this innocent child a loving family. Grateful for her own recent experience with adoption, Katie began to envision Hannah as the perfect sister for Grayson. Despite her reservations about adding another child to her family, knowing she would eventually have to let her go, she ultimately agreed to foster her. Little did she know that this decision would lead her down a path filled with unimaginable twists and turns. When Katie brought Hannah home and saw the name of her biological mother on the hospital bracelet, she was taken aback. The first name was the same unusual one as Grayson's mom. It struck her as odd, and she couldn't shake off the feeling that there was a connection between Hannah's story and Grayson's. As she delved deeper into the baby girl's background, she discovered that her mother had lied about her last name and date of birth to the hospital. This mirrored the deception that Grayson's mother had engaged in just before she had coldly abandoned him. The more Katie unearthed about Hannah's past, the stronger her suspicion grew that their intertwined stories were not mere coincidence, but part of a hidden link waiting to be unraveled. As she connected the dots, she realized that Hannah and Grayson might share a deeper connection than she initially thought, raising questions about their shared origins and the secrets that their mothers had concealed. In a desperate bid to uncover the truth, Katie arranged for a DNA test to be conducted on Grayson and Hannah. The results validated her suspicions. The two children were indeed biological siblings. Astonished by this incredible discovery, Katie realized that she had unknowingly opened her home to not one but two siblings who had been separated due to their mother's deceit. It was an incredible revelation that left her staggered. Fueled by an overwhelming sense of responsibility, Katie immediately contacted the social workers who had entrusted her with Hannah's care and volunteered to formally adopt her. Given the extraordinary circumstances, the system agreed without further delays, and Katie became the loving mother of two children. But this was just the beginning. 2 years later, she discovered that her children had another sibling named Jackson. This revelation shocked her, as it meant that the same mother had abandoned not one but 3 babies on 3 separate occasions. Unfortunately, though Jackson had been adopted by another family, his adoptive parents, Casey and Dustin, had already begun building a life with him. However, Katie understood that it was crucial to bring the 3 siblings together, as their separation had been an unfair consequence of their mother's cruelty and thoughtlessness. It was a difficult and delicate situation for Katie to navigate. She couldn't shake off the feeling of guilt for causing such a massive disruption within this already happy and well-established family. She constantly questioned whether she had any right to interfere in their lives, but an unexplainable force compelled her to persist in her mission to reunite the long-lost siblings. With a heavy heart and tears welling up in her eyes, Katie reached out to Jackson's adoptive parents, Casey and Dustin. Unable to contain her emotions any longer, they arranged a meeting, and in a trembling voice, she explained the astounding turn of events that had unfolded in her life. Naturally, Casey and Dustin were taken aback and struggled to comprehend the shocking revelation about their little boy. Yet their love for him prompted them to listen attentively to her heartfelt plea. Understanding the significance of reuniting Jackson with his long-lost biological siblings, they recognized the uphill battle that lay ahead. Despite the indescribable pain they would inevitably endure from parting with Jackson, Casey and Dustin selflessly put aside their own emotions and reflected upon the bigger picture. With a heavy sigh and genuine concern engraved on their faces, they finally agreed to entrust Katie with Jackson's care and allow her to adopt him. Hoping that this tough decision would bring immeasurable happiness to the siblings as they embarked on this newfound journey together. Throughout the lengthy and complex adoption process, Katie consistently took into account the well-being and emotional stability of Casey and Dustin. Giving up their son to her wasn't going to be easy for them. Recognizing the challenges they would face in adjusting to Jackson's adoption, she went above and beyond to maintain their active participation in his life. Katie understood that the integration of another child into their family dynamic would require sensitivity and understanding, so she constantly worked to ensure that Casey and Dustin's connection with Jackson remained strong. But ultimately, Katie's primary goal was to achieve a triumphant reunion for Grayson, Hannah, and Jackson, 3 innocent children whose lives had been painfully shattered by difficult circumstances. Remarkably, Casey and Dustin fully supported Katie's vision and contributed wholeheartedly towards the children's prosperous future together. The 3 of them could rely on each other and became almost co-parents to their 3 children. As Grayson, Hannah, and Jackson's lives intertwined once more, the siblings discovered comfort and strength in each other's presence. Despite the many hardships and unexpected twists in their journey, they now had the opportunity to grow up together and create a new, united family. For Katie, the overwhelming joy and fulfillment of seeing this dream come to life far outweighed any challenges they had encountered along the way. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and share it with your loved ones. Also press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.